Penny L.P. I love plants. I'd love to have the whole apartment covered in philodendrons. Oh, Mother Earth. There's nothing like New York City. Central Park, and the lake, and the mini boats sailing, then the great lawn with the fields of grass and trees, and all the outdoor musicians like flowers playing everywhere, with the fat pigeons waddling about that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Skyscrapers and theaters and museums. All manner of topics and ideas and creation springing up even out of the subway tracks. The High Line and its sculptures in the wild shrubbery. Art saves me. When people say we have no soul, that we live to make money, and that is why they don't write or draw or sing, I often asked him, Republicans, or whatever they call themselves, wanting to cut funding for preschools and art programs. Then they go howling for the music teachers when they have kids in school. And why? Why? Because they see it, how it transforms them, and they have a bad conscience. Yeah, I know them well. Who were the people that made this city beautiful, that gave it a heart and soul, undeveloped land? Who? Artists and dancers and musicians and actors, not bankers and builders, I'll tell you that much, raking over our neighborhoods, kicking us out, treating us like aliens. I created this theater to find you, he said, the night of the alien party in a Williamsburg noodle factory when I was covered in silver paint, with the blue hair, the night he made love to me, yeah. First I blew the smoke out of my mouth into his. He never smoked before, he said. A lie. And it was the end of summer, like now. 15 years ago. Oh, Jesus. After that long kiss, I couldn't breathe. Yeah, he said. Mine was the most beautiful mind he'd ever met. Okay. So we are beautiful. Every woman's mind. Yeah. That was the one true thing he said in his life. I created this theater to find you. Sure. That was why I liked him. Because I saw he understood, or felt the power of a woman's mind. And I knew I could always get him to do what I wanted. And I gave him all the pleasure I could, leading him on till he jumped into the shower. And I pretended not to care, as I stared at the buildings through the window. I was thinking of so many things he didn't know of. Seth and Father Hanlon, and Helen, and Granny, and Mrs. Doyle, and picking gooseberries, and setting the table with willow-patterned plates, with Pop smoking the sweet Afton cigarettes, and little Barbara with the chocolates chatting in Irish, and walking down the road for sweets, and Jerusalem, and the white sand, and the old city, and the people from all corners of the world, and Ben Yehuda Street, and the shuk with challah bread, and the juicy small ripe tomatoes, and the beggar woman cursing me out because I only gave her a few shekels, and climbing to the top of Dunangus, and looking out at the waves crashing the cliffs, knowing I had been there before and would always be, wanting to live there forever, not knowing how to get back, and cooling my burnt skin on the surf by the open window on the boat ride to Rossaville, the captain who looked like Abbott and was named Costello, and oh, that burning, searing pain, oh, and the sea so salty it felt like fire, and the giant rhododendrons in Linan, yeah, and walking down the hills through East Jerusalem on the Sabbath to teach the Ethiopian monks on top of the Holy Sepulchre, with their black cloaks and funny boxed hats, and Galway as a girl, where I felt loved and belonged. Yeah, and how he kissed me under the shower water, and I thought, well, he's pretty cool, I guess. And then I asked him with my eyes to go into the bedroom. And then he pulled me to him all wet and asked me, okay, to say yes to the artist's life. And first I put my arms around him, sure, and drew him down to me so he could feel my breasts all soapy and clean. Yeah, and his heart was racing like mad. And I knew that life without art was death, like an arrow pointing me in the only direction, not a choice, but a fate. And I said, sure, and sure. I said, sure, I will. Yes.